I'm going to ask you a question. When a potential client asks what you do, how do you usually respond? You might say something like, I build websites, or I create clean, responsive designs. Or how about, I offer WordPress sites using Elementor. Maybe you break it down even further into services like I build 5-page websites, I do SEO optimized designs. I include speed optimization, contact forms, and security plugins. On the surface, that all sounds like a pretty good answer. You're showing what you do, you're giving details, you're listing features. But here's the number one problem. Most clients don't care about any of that. They often don't care about the number of pages. They don't care about the plugins. They don't care what theme you use. What they care about, and sometimes they're not entirely sure how to say it, is can you help my business grow? Can you attract attention? Can you gain trust online without me having to figure it all out by myself? That's kind of it. They want to be found. They want to be discovered. They want people to stick around. They want to go viral. They don't all need a website with exactly 5 pages. They need a way to explain what they do so that people get it. They need something that looks credible and professional enough that it doesn't scare potential clients, customers away. They need it to load quickly, look clean on a phone, and convince someone to take action. And if your pitch focuses entirely on structure, like how many pages, how many forms, what plugins you're going to install, then you're offering the wrong thing. That's the old pitch. That's the old way of doing things. And in 2025, that is dead because clients are no longer buying websites like they did 5 years ago. Back then, it was enough to say, here's what's included. That was the industry standard. You talk about home pages, testimonials, particular plugins, SEO, Google Core Web Vitals, performance, page speed insights, and clients would think, wow, this person really knows their stuff. But that's not how it works anymore. The landscape has changed. AI tools and website builders have shifted client expectations. People are being told every single day that building a website is quick and easy. So when you pitch something to them that sounds a little bit technical or just structured or full of features, they don't see the value in it. They start thinking, well, isn't this what an AI builder would do for me automatically? I saw an advert on TV. It's really quick to set up. And that is the trap. Because when you offer something that they believe a $10 a month tool can do for them, they're never going to see any value in why they should pay you hundreds or thousands of dollars. You've already lost. Not because you're not good, but because they think they're buying the wrong thing. What we need to do is stop leading with deliverables. Let me give you a clearer example. Imagine you're a personal trainer and someone comes to you and says, I want to get fit. Now you could say, I offer 3 sessions a week, a diet plan, access to my app, and monthly check-ins. Or you could say to them, I help busy people lose weight, build strength, and feel confident again, even if they've failed before. Now, both trainers are kind of offering the same thing in the end. They're going to help this person get fit, but one of them is speaking to the person's goal, their pain, and their desired outcome. The first one was just listing features. I got my app, I got my diet plan. Whereas the other one is going to help you achieve something. Which one would you prefer to go for? When you lead with outcomes, clients start to think differently. They stop asking how many pages. They're now going to start to think or ask you, how do we work together? How soon can we start? Have you got any results you can show me? And that's what you want. You want them to take interest in what you're going to do for them. Now let's make some of this more practical for you. So how do you shift your offer without removing all of the technical stuff completely? Because some of it is quite important. What you need to do is start by making the technical things support the outcome, not define them. So instead of saying, I'm going to give you a 5-page website with caching plugins, that doesn't mean much. Say, I'm going to build a fast loading site that feels trustworthy and helps to guide people towards taking action. Instead of saying, I use Elementor Pro and Rank Math, they ain't gonna know what rank math is. Say, I use tools that make your site easier to manage and more likely to be found on Google. Ooh, Google, you've got their attention. You're still doing the same work, you're just framing it in a way that connects with what the client actually wants. And when you speak in that way, you stop sounding like a technical builder. You start to sound like a problem solver. No client wakes up in the morning thinking, I really need 5 well-designed static pages. What they're actually thinking is, I need something better than what I've got right now. Or, I'm embarrassed to send people to my website. Or, I'm not sure how to explain what I offer and I need someone to help me say it the right way. That's what they care about. That's where their head is. So let go of the old pitch, the features, the structure, the checklist, and start showing how your work is going to lead to clarity, confidence, and results. The minute you start doing that, you separate yourself from the noise. You stop being compared to cheap tools. You stop being asked why your price is higher than someone on Fiverr, because now they see you as someone who helps, not just someone who builds. And that's what they're really looking for. So I want you to take a look at how you describe your services, look at your proposals, look at your website, your intro calls, your discovery calls. Are you leading with structures and features? Or are you leading with outcomes and clarity? Focus on what you can help the client to achieve, because that's how you're going to stay relevant in this new landscape. In the next episode, we're going to talk about one of the biggest myths in the design world, and that's the idea that offering everything makes you more valuable. Because in reality, trying to offer everything is the fastest way to confuse both yourself and your clients. I'll see you there.